Let's bring in SportsCenter with Stephen A. Smith coming up at the top of the hour, and the man himself joining us now on SportsCenter. And Stephen A., one of the big stories around the association, the Nets, they have added Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge recently to that big three. How are they going to fit together and succeed on the same rosters when they're all eventually on the same court?
Well, I think it's relatively easy because they're not a number one, a number two, or even another three option on the offensive end of the floor. We all know who that belongs to: KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, and everybody else just fits in. As a matter of fact, I could make a legitimate argument they're not even a fourth option because they shouldn't come before Joe Harris, who happens to be able to hit perimeter shots. They're additional big bodies to add behind DeAndre Jordan. They can come in the lineup and spell for him, for Jeff Green and others. When you look at Jeff Green and the way that he's capable of playing, the versatility on both ends of the floor, he's definitely going to be a signature individual. So when you look at Blake Griffin and you look at LaMarcus Aldridge, they can come in and it basically buffers and secures your front line. You know you'll always be able to have a big body in there to guard potential fours and fives. Outside of that, they find their baskets when KD, Kyrie, or James Harden allows them to find their basket. Outside of that, be happy you're there.
Okay, you mentioned big bodies here. Let's go to the Western Conference where Andre Drummond, he'll start in his Lakers debut against the Bucks, and they're also dealing with injuries surrounding LeBron and AD. How do you see Drummond impacting this Lakers team moving forward?
Oh, I think he's going to have a profound impact as far as I'm concerned. His impact is going to be more significant than Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge combined for this particular reason. Not only is Anthony Davis hurt, and we're waiting for him to come back, praying and hoping that he'll come back 100%, but it's also one of those situations when you look at Andre Drummond, he's a career 13.7 rebound per game player. This is what he does. He grabs nearly 5 offensive rebounds a game. So on the defensive side of the ball, he helps limit you to one shot because he's crashing the boards. On the offensive end, he's helping to create other opportunities for you because he's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds on that level as well. So when you look at it from that perspective, just imagine that LeBron James, a healthy and arrested LeBron James, is back in the lineup with some of the other pieces that they get, particularly and especially if Anthony Davis comes back. You have an individual that allows them to maintain a size advantage over most teams with their front line, buffers their defense because he's capable of blocking shots and he's got good foot movement, just like Anthony Davis is. Anthony Davis is on an elite level. But if you look at it from that perspective and you combine that with the fact that he's a rebounding demon, able to give their offense even more opportunities, able to hand the ball to LeBron James on even more occasions than he's accustomed to getting it, that makes the Los Angeles Lakers as lethal as it gets. And that's what you got to look out for. So it's a big-time pickup for the Lakers.
Okay, we'll see how rusty he is as well because Drummond's first game action in over 6 weeks will happen tonight in our doubleheader against the Bucks.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.